Hey, this is David, and today I'm going to walk through on how to get Salesforce set up on Fivetran. The first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and create a new Salesforce connector. Let's go ahead and give it a destination schema name and click authorize. So now at this point, we can see a couple usernames that I already have. Fivetran's recommendation here is a service account. Like with many of our other sources, we never want the permissions tied to a specific user in case they leave a company, or you can't change the permissions of data that they have access to, whether that's more restrictive or adding more data access. So we recommend a service account here. And also real quick, I see a lot of questions on Slack about custom domains. Whether you're in a Salesforce dev org like I am right now, or Salesforce production org, or even a Salesforce sandbox, you'll see this use custom domain in the bottom right hand corner. When we click on this, you can see the breakdown of what that looks like in the URL. And so instead of this login, you would see something like maybe like fivetran.salesforce.com, and that is for custom domains in the Salesforce environment. You just enter that here. It changes the URL, then you just log in as normal. For this use case, though, we're going to go ahead and just use my Salesforce username and password and click login. So then it's going to authenticate. Looks like everything's going to go there. We're going to hit save and test. Now let's go look at what that actually looks like from a Fivetran or from a user perspective on Salesforce. And so let's go to Salesforce. I'm going to use that same username and password. And now we're in the Salesforce org. So here we can go into this user section right over here, and I can see all the users that are in this org. We can see the username I just used to log in, see this username, and we can see that this profile is set up as a system admin. Now, depending on how secure an organization wants to be, you won't be able to use a system admin for read-only access for reading data from Salesforce. If that's the case, we are able to go ahead and use a read-only profile or use a minimum access profile. I'll show you what that looks like here. So this is another profile created called least privileged user. And what that means is I have the user license Salesforce, and then in the profile section, we can see a list of profiles I could choose from. Read only is a standard one. It gives you access to all custom objects and fields, but no write access or any other specifications. Minimum access profile right here takes that a step further by saying access to at the most minimum you can. This is a newer release by Salesforce, and then what would happen is you can use permission sets to be able to add on data access, or you could go one by one through the profile and add fields or custom objects as you choose. So that is one way that it would look like in this environment. Now we can go back into Fivetran, and we can see that the connector is working, and we're going to go ahead and review the schema. Now I set up a little trap for us, and so we want to go see all the objects, both standard objects and custom objects that we're going to pull from Salesforce. We're going to look at an example I created. It's called SME duplication demo. So what this means is we have two fields right here, same underscore field, and then same field, but with camel case. And so while these are distinct fields in Salesforce, when Fivetran processes them, these will not be unique. And that is because of our nomenclature naming ruling set that we do. So this is the example right here, and then this is the other example right here. And you can see they're going to have that same name once we process them through the core and send them to the warehouse. So we pull up our Fivetran right here. We're going to see all our tables. I can do that quick search again. And like I said, we'll see the different fields right here. So it's going to appear in the schema tab, and it's going to look like everything is good to go. But that will not be the case when we send it to the warehouse. So if you ever have a customer say, hey, I'm not seeing all the fields that I want, maybe most likely it's a permissions issue. You're usually not going to see maybe naming like this, but this is something that come up, and it could be some important fields. So just be on the eye out for that. Now we're going to go ahead and save and continue. Another important thing to point out is if you want to see what managed packages that they have in their environment, you can come over here to Quick Find, and you can search installed packages. And when we see installed packages, you can see for this org, I don't have any, but depending on the org that we have access to, you can see some Pardon packages in here. So Fivetran does work with managed packages, and you'll be able to see them in this schema section over here, and you can add those in. And be able to go from there. The main caveat there is that it needs to actually have those tables as objects in the Salesforce environment. It can't be an API call to a Pardot package or Velocity or Encino package. They have to be physically present in the Salesforce org, but that is another great way that we can provide value to our customers. After this, we're going to go ahead and click Start Initial Sync, and we're good to go. That's the breakdown of setting up Salesforce. We can see right now we're going to either be going between bulk API or REST API. Now for historical load, we're going to go bulk API because that's where we're moving a lot of data at once, and that's where bulk API is optimized. You don't have to worry about choosing either of the two. Fivetran is going to do that automatically. Thanks so much for watching this video of how to get set up with Salesforce on Fivetran. My name is David, and have a good rest of your day.